This device is great, but its software isn't quite up to par. I'll show you how to install UnofficialOS, AmberELEC and the new version of ArkOS. Each section of this tutorial covers how to install from Windows, macOS and Linux. I highly recommend using new microSD cards, as the one that comes with the device are slow and may break down. Plus, if you don't like any of the new operating system, you can simply swap out the SD cards. The R35S, it's a clone of PowKiddy RGB20S and the AmberELEC RG351MP. To make the new operating systems work on our device, we just need to replace one single file, a device tree blob, DTB file. The file contains binary data that describes the hardware, and you can think of it as a translation for the OS to understand things like sound, buttons, display, and so on. So all we need to do is to copy the DTB file that came with the device and replace the one in the new operating system. In the description below you can find the link to GitHub where you can access my DTB file. So it's easy peasy, so let's get started. The tool we will use to create the new microSD card is called Balena etcher. First, we need to download it. Now that our tool is downloaded, we just need to search on Google for ArkOS and then navigate to downloads, and from there we will download the image for our RG351MP. We have both the tool and the images. We will install Balena etcher first. Once that Balena etcher is installed, we can launch it, and as a source we need to select ArkOS image, which we just downloaded, and for the destination it's our new SD card where we want to install ArkOS. This part will take a bit, so depends on the speed of your SD card, it might take several minutes, so be patient. Balena etcher finished. Now only what is left is to take the DTB file. So if you don't have the original one, just download it from GitHub, and then you go to the SD card and you replace just one DTB file. So you will find it in the description. After we have our SD card created with the new DTB file on it, we need to insert it in our R35S and wait for the installation. Again, this step might take up to 10 minutes, depends on your SD card, depends on how fast it's your SD card. By default, ArkOS has the second SD card disabled, so we have to enable it. From Options, we go to Advanced, and the last menu from there is Switch to SD2 for ROMs. First, what you need to do is to download Balena etcher. So open a browser and search on Google for Balena etcher. While Balena etcher is downloading, we can search on Google for AmberELEC, and then we go to downloads and download the version for R35S. Once our Balena etcher is downloaded, what is left is just to install it. So you just grab it and put it on your application folder. Now that Balena etcher is installed, we just need to search for it and launch it. Once Balena etcher is launched, you need to set as source the AmberELEC image you just downloaded and destination the new SD card where you want to install it, and hit flash. It will ask for your OS password before starting because it will format the new SD card. When the flash is completed, Balena etcher will unmount the new partition. So we need to open this utility and then right click and mount. We open the new partition and we just need to replace the DTB file. The DTB file is in the description below from GitHub. Now you can insert your SD card on your R35S and boot up. This process will take a bit of time, so if you have a faster SD card, this will help. Now a little bit of a warning here that AmberELEC, it contains a lot of bugs, and the biggest one is the audio. So it's a bit lower than the device itself. The volume buttons are not working, but you can change the volume from the menu itself, and also the input jack doesn't work. I know, it's a bummer, but I'm working on it. One more thing here, if you are planning to use the original SD card with the ROMs, it will not work. as the AmberELEC doesn't support FAT32, so you will need to reformat the SD card with exFAT and then to copy back the ROMs. So again, I highly recommend to use another SD card and not the original one. So on Ubuntu here we need to download first Balena etcher. So we search on Google for it, and then after we navigate to the website you can find the download button and search for the one for Linux. While our tour is downloading, we can search for the UnofficialOS on Google. And here we need to download the version for RGB20S. As soon as the download is done, navigate to download folder and open a terminal from there. We will need to install libfuse2, which is required by Balena etcher. So first update your packages and second install libfuse2. Once the libfuse2 is installed, we need to grant execute for Balena etcher and launch it. From here we need to select as source our image for UnofficialOS, and for the destination we need to set the new SD card. Once the flash is done, the partition is automatically unmounted, so we need to open the disk, navigate to the SD card, identify our partition and mount it. Now that our partition is mounted, we can copy the DTB file, which you can find it in the description below, and replace the one in the destination. Now just insert your SD card in your R35S and boot up. Again, this process will take a bit of time, so if you have a faster SD card, this will help. If your device is booting up with this white screen, this means your DTB file is still the one which was shipped with the operating system. So put the SD card back on your computer and copy again the DTB file. Thanks for watching, and for questions use the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.